Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you a very basic Hive map for Panda3D. It's designed to work in Blender as well, but currently Blender doesn't implement the features required to support it. But hopefully they will do, they've got to fix a bug. So the interesting thing about today's video as well is I will talk very quickly about the benefits of Hive as a nodal editor. I've seen one or two nodal editor products for game logic in Blender, specifically over the last sort of year, and I really would encourage people to carry on playing with these things because it's both a fun development task and it's also good to get some different takes on the same kind of concepts. So this is not so much of an anti-competition video as it is just describing why I see the benefits of using Hive and what I think is one of its strengths. And Hive basically implements sort of two main features that are quite distinct and unique and quite powerful. Number one is it implements typing in the editor, which enables you to quickly prevent different types of nodes from being connected to one another if they're not compatible, or specifically ask for a particular type if you need one. But it doesn't enforce this harshly. You can override this if you don't provide a data type. It's only if you do provide one. But the second thing, which is probably more important, is the flow control. So Hive implements two means of transferring data. One is by push, which is instigated from an output node to an input node, and the other one is a pull data transfer, which occurs from an input node and requests data from an output node. This allows your flow graph to basically move in two different directions. If you think about your outputs being on one side and your inputs being on another, it goes from essentially left to right or right to left depending on how you've set those up. And that gives you quite a lot more control and power. So the particular advantage of pull inputs is that they are essentially the equivalent to polling, rather than push, which is essentially like an event. And so they enable you to implement different paradigms with relative ease. So in this particular node, we have a setup, which is a Hive map with a really simple system. There's a keyboard sensor, or keyboard Hive, which is set up to listen to a single key, which is the W key, and then we have a tick sensor, which then triggers a forwards movement node. Now the interesting point about the tick node is I've modified it now so that it can be disabled and enabled. And this particular one is not designed to start up when you launch the Hive, so you have to explicitly enable it with a key press. So when it's enabled, it will send a tick every tick, and then when it's disabled, it'll stop. And the same with the other keyboard sensor. And lastly, at the bottom we have this onStarted event, which will trigger a displacement to move the initial cube away from 0, 0, 0, where the camera is, and move it in front of the camera. So if I actually run this with Shift F10 in my editor, you'll see that now I have this node straight in front of us. Now if I press the W key, you can see this object move forward. If I press the S key, you can see it reverses. And that's it. So in the future this will get more and more complicated and there'll be more things, but for now this is the basic setup. So there's currently an entity Dragonfly module which provides all of these basic entity features, and they'll get more and more complicated as things or powerful as things move forward. But at the moment we basically just have some very simple set position, get position, displace position nodes, and there's also support for parenting and tags, or Python tags if you prefer, but at the moment they are not very well tested, and soon there will hopefully be animation support, but for now it's not implemented, so we have to see how that will develop. And that's it for now, so thank you for watching and I will keep you posted.